Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Hey, I'm in the bedroom. You can hear the aircon in the background. I just did a test on the speakers. Today we're going to talk about flights, tourism, what's going on in the Philippines. And you know what? It's slowly growing, and it's good to see. What got me concerned about it is the other day I went to town and I couldn't see anybody in town. There's nobody. No tourists. There's nobody. Usually you see a few people along. I even asked the doctor. I asked everybody that I talked to that day, and even the taxi driver said he's not seeing anybody at all. He's not. Usually, he said I used to see them all come in, especially taking Marguerite and all the other hotels. He said I don't see any, even in Valencia. So today we're going to talk about tourism, what's happening with it, what's going on with it, and what's going to happen with it, and potential protocols that may stop some of it. So today we're going to take a look, and I'm going to start here. And if you take a look at this, flights coming to the Philippines. You know, we've talked about this many times, and people are saying it costs $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000. Well, you know what? I've done some tests on flights, and I checked in Orlando to Manila, different days from July and August of this year, come back September, October, November. Now this is ASAP tickets. It's criteria. You know, you have to go between May and June, and you can get this price, $1,186. Now, also too, the time is not. It's 24 hours. You have two stops. One is in Manila, then one in either Korea or Tokyo. This particular one is in Tokyo. But for $1,200, you really can't beat it. And so I took a look at that today on in depth. Some you can actually get cheaper. They had one for $880, but it's 36 hours. That's a long time to be on an airplane. And so that can really kind of mess up your day there, if you know what I mean. But we took a look at this flight, $1,186. And if you look at this particular flight here, excuse me, I squint my eyes, look at it. $1,000, $1,000, and it varies. It goes up. Now this goes. The flights are leaving in June, July, and coming back in October. This particular one is PAL, Philippine Airlines. A lot of people don't like flying Philippine Airlines, but I hear so many good stories and I hear bad stories. So I don't know. I've only flown Philippine Airlines local domestic here in the Philippines, and yes, I've had some problems, but yes, I have problems with all the airlines here because they all are the same here. Cebu Airlines ended up was the best for me. AirAsia was really a good one at one time, but the service became poor. But really, if you think about it, $1,000, you really can't beat $1,000 there and back, round trip. I did it both ways. I did it from United States of America to here, and I did it from Philippines to United States of America. These flights are from here to JFK. Then, of course, depending on where you live, I did see some flights that are a little bit cheaper going to Manila. Really cheap, like $50, and then from Manila to LA or Manila to JFK was really, really fair prices. So then you can actually go from there. And fair, I'm saying fair, I mean is $1,200 round trip. One person. So these are all just one people flights here. All right, so we're going to take a look at this one. This one is, we're going to talk about Department of Tourism. Philippine tourism is rising on this feed as COVID rules ease. There's 1,150,000 people arrived here from January until March of this year. Their last 2 years have been tough because of COVID. The tourism industry is trying to rebound and recover because they still are having problems with particular protocols that's happening. They talk about this. It's far from what it was in 2020. As you know, stricter lockdowns, the Philippines recorded 1,482,000 travelers, 82% drop from 2019, and it's understandably so. Not a lot of people are arriving here. Most of the people that are arriving are from China and Asia. Korea, that's who's arriving here. As far as USA, the influx have hit. Could not really get in depth on how many actually coming in, but they said that the major travelers coming here was China and Korea, which is understandably so. It always has been the highest. The PwC that these 88% expected income loss. Also, they were talking about incomes and the tourism and what's happening. There's, as you can see, the growth in incomes and things like that. We're also talking that they're also saying that they're actually weary of what's going on with particular COVID, that there may be some restrictions coming down the pike, and it may affect a lot of people making their decision in coming here, which is understandably so. The tourism industry was really trying to rebound with this. I see ads all the time, and I know the airlines are really trying to do their best. The problems that's happening now is they're having an influx of problem with the power in Cebu now. Flights were canceled recently, and as you know, what's going on in Manila with the flights, and they're trying to fix it, and apparently it crashed from the other day, and it crashed again yesterday. And I'm saying crash is electricity. So they're really trying to do it, and they're worried about the money that they're losing. They said that the Philippines economy is struggling, actually. It's, as you can see, Sim said the industry contributed $41 billion in 2021, $37 billion in 20, and $93 billion it was in 2019. It's because of the COVID restrictions. This comes from the National Enquirer. So just if you guys want to know, this Purdue article, it's online. It came out today. And as you know that there are 272,000 international arrivals since, I guess, April 17th. So it was ranked 13th. So as you guys know, we just it's just struggling, trying to catch up. That's all it is. And it will catch up. And I think it's going to take about a year or so for it to catch up and everybody decide to come to the Philippines. Because if you think about it, a lot of people, more people actually are almost flying out than people are coming in, and they're having a dilemma with it. The reason why is a lot of Filipino are leaving the country to get jobs, OFWs, jobs in the States. Canada's really robustly trying to increase. They're getting thousands and thousands a day coming in just for jobs. And the States are too. I'm not saying it. States are too. States actually released a lot of the restrictions Biden did, so it is easier for people that's looking to hire someone and bring them to the States and have them work. And my friend just got a job there. I say my friend, a lady that I knew here, Ruth and I did, recently got a job there in the States, and it was probably from start to finish 90 days, and she's working. So congratulations to her. And she's working as a maid in the States. So I wanted to talk about this today. And as you know, it's very important to know that $1,186 is cheap, $1,000. So if you're planning on going to the States, now I did see some yesterday, $2,900, but you just have to do your due diligence. Skyscanner, ASAP, CheapOair. You'll find some tickets out there pretty reasonable. I know that some people are saying that they're not, but all I did was just go on here and click on it and put in PAL and put what I wanted, what dates, and it popped it right up at $1,000. You guys see it. So, and you can book it. And of course, there's additional fees for that, like luggage and things like that. So if you want to change the dates, it's going to be additional fees. But I find that never fly on a weekend, never fly on a holiday, never fly on any kind of holidays in the Philippines. Always pick a day. Always best days to fly is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to fly out of here. Fly into here is not Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Fly into here on Fridays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And you'll find the reason why is the airlines everybody wants off. Except for the long international flights where they do it, because how they do their shifts and shifting structures. I learned this long time flying a lot because I flew a lot. And I did do a lot of international flights, and I learned that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, sometimes it used to be Saturday and Sunday, But recently I noticed I did it on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and a really reduction in price, as much as $1,000 cheaper if you fly on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you may have to take a long flight. The PAL does have direct flights, but if you take a shorter flight, you may find that it may cost you a little bit more. But overall, I think you'll find a lot of save money. And if you're like me, save money. I'm retired. My income is very limited. So when I look to book a ticket, I want to save. If I save $20 or $50, I'm going to do it. And I think it's always in the best interest to do that. But if tourism starts to pop up here, it would be fantastic. I want it to. I want it to really expand here. I want the economy to grow, because the more people are working, the more bustle it is, more popular it is. People are buying more, and they're turning more products, and they're buying more meats and produce and buying more things, and it really helps the economy here. But when people are struggling in town, and I saw a business open up last week, this week it's closed. Well, that would have never happened before. So it's telling me we're just not at the level we really need to be. There's not an influx, a lot of money rolling around. They may say it is. They put up the top 13 richest people in the Philippines. And really what was discouraging for me was that the richest people in the Philippines, of course they're all Filipino, but there's things that discouraged when I got reading into the article on what they did for a living and their donations. It had what they donated back out to the country. It had what they donated back out to the people. It even showed what they were reinvesting. And the donations, I didn't put it on because there's so much negativity, but I want to tell you at the end of the video. But really very limited. And I was really upset. The fact is that these billionaires, and I'm talking billionaires in USA standards, we're not talking Filipino, so we're talking in USA standards. There's 13 billionaires here live here in the Philippines. They own the trucking, they own the shipyards, they own the shipping containers, they own the bus lines, they own the malls, they own, there's various things, IT, they own the big buildings, they own the land that all the condos are sitting on. And every condo has to pay rent. Your one oasis, all these condos are owned. They're not, they're leased. And they're leased, they're smart. They don't lease them for 25 or 30 or 40 years. They lease them for 10. There's one leased for 5 years, and what they're going to do, they're going to go up in price. My friend bought a condo in Makati, and he paid $5,000 for it back years ago. The value of that apartment is well worth over $15,000. Can't sell it, though. Nobody has money to buy it. So the company that owns the building, don't own the land, they went up $200 a month in monthly fees. So now he has to, in order to keep that apartment, the reason he wanted to sell it, keep that apartment, he has to pay $200 a month. Now, even though he paid $5, just add $200. So if he was leasing it out, say at $300, $400, $500 a month, he's got to add $200 to it to cover his expenses. So it's going to be $600, $700, $800. And it's not just happening in Makati. It's not just happening in Manila. It's happening in Cebu. It's happening in Davao. It's happening in one oasis down in CDL, which we recently stayed at, you guys know. And I remember getting one for 4 days for $200. 4 days, $200, $50 a night. Now it's well over $600 to stay that 4 days. And the reason why is because the landowners have raised the rent to these poor guys that built these buildings, and now they're stuck. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. Thank you so much for always taking the time to comment and everything else. And I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.